It's a beautiful morning. Un día bonito. Shake your cares off, don't worry about a thing. Today is so beautiful, so beautiful.
Welcome back to the Beautiful Day on Dia Bonito show. I am your host, Dorimar Bonilla, with our segment Rising Stars. We are excited to have the New Jersey band Wild Plains with us today. We have drummer Andrew Jevnik and guitarist and lead vocalist Chris Carmelo. Welcome, Andrew and Chris.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here.
Great having you. I hear something about your voicemail making you a Latino, and I almost feel like it's an inside joke that I wasn't let in between you and our producer.
Yeah, well, I didn't really know this either, by the way. That it came after when you call and I do a message and the whole deal. Every time I would try to check my voicemail, it was always in Spanish, and I never knew how to change it. Either I had to go to the store, which I haven't done yet, and try to fix it. But
So it's still in Spanish.
it's still there. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Oh, and
Well, you
that's
gotta
why
go
he
through the menu.
assumed.
Yeah.
That's
no,
why
I-
he assumed you had a Latino background.
No, sadly, no.
That's why you
I
can't
don't really
change
know
it back.
Spanish. I took it in high school, but I picked up a few words, a couple bad words, but that's about it.
Got it. Okay, so it wasn't an inside joke. It's an actual thing.
Yeah.
But no,
Get fixed.
seriously speaking, we're very excited to have you here today. I want to know about the history of the band. How did you first meet Chris?
Yeah, we met in RCC, community college, and became friendly in class and acting class. And an old band of mine, guitar player left, so my singer also knew him as well, and called him up, and from there we just started rehearsing and then played a show up in Canada, and the rest is history.
That was the best time.
That was a good time.
Very sound.
And Chris, how did you get into singing? What inspired you to start singing?
As a singer, I like the fact that when you sing, it sort of like changes the vibe in the room. But as a kid, I played trumpet first, and then I realized that the girls don't like the trumpet. So I started playing guitar, and then as
That
I
was
started,
your motivation.
that was my motivation.
Oh.
Oh, for sure. And then as I started progressing at guitar, I had a teacher, Mr. Lance, the Poconos. He said, "Who's going to get the gig, the guitarist or the guitarist who sings?" So I just started singing, and it just so happened that I was able to, luckily, and sort of
And
just
very
kept,
well.
just kept going down that road.
Wonderful.
Just sort of do it.
How did you first start playing drums?
I was like 7 years old. I initially wanted to play guitar, and then my dad's a drummer, my uncle's a drummer. So my mom was like, "You're going to do some drums." I was like, "Okay."
You didn't have a choice.
I know.
By
no
default.
choice. And that's it. And yeah, but I've been playing in and out of bands, been all over the world playing too, and it's really been a good time. So
But you enjoy it. You seem to enjoy it. You
Yeah.
went on some job.
He's not that good, but he enjoys it.
I try, I really try.
Since you started the band a few years back, what would you say has been the most rewarding part about performing in front of large audiences?
Probably our lifelong, hopefully lifelong friends that we've made along the way.
The girls. the girls you got into
help
singing
a lot.
for.
That's what gets us into it. But after all that jazz, we like meeting people and just establishing a real, like Gil,
Yeah,
for example.
seriously.
Very strong relationships that we hope will last for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, because it's like even after the show, it's like all over the country. Like it's not like we go back to the room and it's like, okay, on to the next. Like we'll bring, people that were at the festival we were playing or whatever. Like we'll literally be like, hey, come hang out, and we like cultivate this new, relationship, and they stick with us for,
Yeah.
And
years.
you have grown. You have grown into touring nationally, playing multiple venues and festivals and fairs. What would you say is your favorite?
Rocklahoma. I think.
Rocklahoma, for sure.
Rocklahoma out in Pryor, Oklahoma.
We played 2 years in a row, 17 and 18.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great.
That was the most fun concert because it's like a sleepaway camp, sort of like that. You sort of go there and you sleep in the field overnight.
Yeah.
In the hot dead of Memorial Day weekend.
It's like it's like EDC or something like that where you camp out or whatever, but it's a big rock festival. That's what it is.
And everyone's there.
Sleepaway camp. That's what,
Wow.
yes, oh yeah.
Everyone's there just leaving their heart in the field.
Yeah.
In the field.
Just to see some rock and roll. I love it.
Wow, and you have also opened for pretty big artists like CeeLo Green and Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Tell me about those.
Well, those are our main first show as this lineup of a band for Wild Plains. Jimmy, Sean, Andre, and I. We got the gig to open for CeeLo Green in Stamford, Connecticut, and that sort of like set the stage for the next 4 years or 5 years.
Yeah.
6 now, 5 years? I don't have a
Yeah,
date.
something like that, yeah.
Feels like 5. Feels like 100.
Well, time goes by fast when you're having fun.
Yes. Time has been flying. But second, the Jennifer Hudson show was out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania
Yeah, that was
for a
for
Pride Fest.
Yeah.
That was my favorite concert.
Yeah,
That was
really
my
cool.
favorite concert.
Yeah.
Rocklahoma is amazing, but that Pittsburgh Pride Festival was it was unbelievable.
Well, it's like
the whole city block.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right in the street.
Wow.
The
And
the
street lights,
stage.
like the stage had to be like
So high.
6 feet up, something like that. And the street lights like right there, you know, and you're just playing like, oh, that's cool, street light, you know.
Well, wow, that does sound pretty big. And congratulations on your growing success. And we hear that you will be back for the Shawnee Festival.
Well, maybe. I mean, we have to think about it.
We got to ask our manager. Gil, we're going to be back?
so much
Shawnee
going on.
River Fest, maybe? Because I'll be there too.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is great.
All right, now we're playing.
Okay, good. Sold. What are you playing for us today?
First song is a slower song that we're going to do called Show Me Another Way.
Oh, I love that song. I'm looking forward to hearing that. And I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it as well. So stay tuned because coming up, Wild Plains will do a live performance with Show Me Another Way. I am Dorimar Bonilla, your host. We'll be right back.
Show me another way. I know no other way to give what's left that I've got. These days are getting long. These nights are even longer. Time's just wasting away. Please don't let me down. I know I've lost my ground. We might just need to give in. 'Cause this pain is old and I'm getting older. We've paved this path we've been in. I never realized the damage is done on my heart. I need to find out why is it so hard. Find a reason to believe you. Yeah, why is it so hard not to give up now? To give up now. We've walked this road before. I'm sprawled out on the floor, begging you please don't go. Giving me the cold shoulder, thinking it's all over, nowhere for us left to go. We've reached a destination, no more imagination, nothing but aggravation that we fell into. I hold on to the places we've been and the nights we've stayed in. I hate this feeling. Why is it so hard? Find a reason to believe you. Yeah, why is it so hard not to give up now? To give up now. Why is it so hard to find a reason to believe you? Yeah, why is it so hard not to give up now? To give up now. I never realized the damage is done on my heart. I never realized the damage is done on my heart. I need to find I know no other way to give what's left that I've got.
Wow, that was a wonderful performance. Thank you so much for joining us today. And where can our audience learn more about Wild Plains?
Well, you can find us online on Facebook at Wild Plains Band, Instagram at Wild Plains, our website, which is www.wildplainsband.com, and Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, everywhere you can find and stream your music. And if you get a chance, please add us to your playlist because that helps us greatly.
Well, thank you once again. It's been a pleasure having you. We hope you enjoyed our show today. I am Dorimar Bonilla, your host for the Beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. We will be back.
Welcome to A Beautiful Day. I am your co-host, Alexa Sanchez, and we are excited to have Carmen Danches of Pride Abstract joining us today. Welcome, Carmen.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting.
It is. We're excited to have you here. Now, Carmen, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, actually, you and I share some cultural similarities. I am Dominican, and I was actually born in the Dominican Republic in Santo Domingo. I know. I actually came here with my family when I was about 8 years old. We lived here in New Jersey until I was about 21. And then I moved to Pennsylvania, where I still live with my children, my daughter and my son.
That's wonderful. Que viva Quiqueya.
¿Verdad que sí?
Tell me about some of the Latin traditions that you love.
Latin traditions. Well, I'm pretty sure, since you are Dominican, that you've heard the famous saying that we'll baptize a doll to, have a get-together. We don't really need, Christmas or a birthday to have a gathering. But for me personally, the best tradition that I have grown to love is one that my siblings and I, because I am one of 7, we've put together for, I want to say 5 years now or so. We have a siblings vacation where we force our children to love each other. We go away, we don't invite parents, aunts, uncles, nobody, just me, my family, my sisters and brothers, and our significant others. So that's probably grown to be my absolutely favorite tradition.
I am loving that idea. I think I might start that one, but I don't like my siblings too much.
Well,
no, I'm kidding. I'm
just
kidding.
Well, that's the whole idea. It's so that everybody likes each other,
That's a beautiful, beautiful tradition. So, Carmen, tell me about Pride Abstract. What services do you offer?
Well, Pride Abstract and Settlement Services, we make sure that people who are buying a home, whether it be residential or commercial, we make sure that that property is free and clear of any liens, that the seller, we do a full background search on both the property and the seller. So we make sure that taxes have been paid, mortgages, and that by the time you get to settlement, everything has been paid up to date. We prepare the deed. We make sure that that gets recorded properly, the mortgage. And obviously, we also make sure that the process for the realtors and the buyers goes as smoothly as possible.
Wow, so you do a lot of background work that many people may not be able to fully capture.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, the back office can really make or break that business as well. We deal with a lot of payoffs, it's just very intricate information. So we do make sure that it goes as smoothly as it possibly can go.
Awesome, awesome. So I understand that Pride Abstract is licensed here in New Jersey, as well as having offices in Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Could you tell me a little bit more about how you service your clients in both states?
Well, yes, our offices are in Coopersburg, in Whitehall, and in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. But we do service all of the New Jersey and the Pennsylvania area. So we have notaries that cover all of the state. We do have some in-house notaries as well, who we prefer do our settlements because they're more personal. However, it's impossible for our in-house notaries to cover, so many settlements that go on a regular basis. So we have them on call so that, everything gets covered and everything goes smoothly and everything goes timely.
So you have on-call notaries. So from my understanding, if I'm following you correctly, let's say you're having a settlement in Pennsylvania and your client is in New Jersey, cannot make it to Pennsylvania, but because you're licensed in New Jersey as well, the notary will come to them in New Jersey for a settlement in Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Wow, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Yep, we accommodate everyone. We try to make it as simple as it can possibly be because, I mean, it's a lot of paperwork that people are signing. So as long as they're in Pennsylvania or in New Jersey, we can make it happen.
Great, that's beautiful. What would you say is the hallmark of Pride Abstract?
Well, that's a great question. It's in the name. You know, we do everything with pride and we service people with excellence. We make sure that every transaction that we handle for our realtors, for the client, from beginning to end, that we are handling every single part of it with excellence and with pride.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I love that pride. What are some of the charitable events or charitable services that Pride Abstract has?
Well, we do our best to service the community as often as we possibly can. But I can tell you, you know, this past year with COVID, so many people have lost their jobs or a family member. This past Thanksgiving, we teamed up with a couple of our realtors and some of our lenders, and we put together a full Thanksgiving Day meal for 20 different families. And we delivered them to them, which was amazing. You know, to give back, I mean, it's always better to give than it is to receive. But to be able to give when, even during these times that have been so difficult for so many, we have thrived. You know, real estate really did well, you know, considering how difficult the times have been. So, yeah, we were able to really give back to the community, and it was a really great feeling.
As a real estate professional, I can tell you that real estate did do very, very well. And
Absolutely.
I am very pleased to hear how you've given back to your community. How can people learn more about Pride Abstract and how can they contact you?
Well, if they want to get in touch with us, they can go to our website, which is www.prideabstract.com.
So quick service, huh?
Absolutely. We do it with pride.
Thank you for joining us today, Carmen.
And thank you for having me, Alexa.
I am your co-host, Alexa Sanchez, and stay tuned for more A Beautiful Day, Un Día Bonito show.
Welcome to the Beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. I am your host, Dorimar Bonilla, and today I am thrilled to have with me CEO and President of the Friends of the National Museum of the American Latino, Estuardo Rodriguez. I am so honored to have him join me virtually. Welcome, Estuardo.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you.
Thank you for joining me. Would you share a little bit about yourself and your background with our audience?
I'd be happy to. My parents are from Peru. I was born in our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. Been traveling for my career up and down the East Coast, but currently working out of Washington, D.C. on this campaign to create an American Latino museum on our national mall.
Wonderful. And the mission of your organization states that it strives to create a museum in our nation's capital to educate, inspire, and encourage respect and understanding of the richness and diversity of the American Latino experience within the U.S. and its territories, and that by highlighting the contributions made by Latino pioneers and communities to the American way of life, we are all better by truly understanding what makes our nation great. What a wonderful and beautiful statement. Would you share with us what sparked this amazing mission?
Well, I have to say, hearing you lay out and repeat that mission, it really does strike, to the heart. Our community has been a part of the fabric of our nation for 500 years before the nation even came together as the United States. And that description really goes to the message that we must have pride in our work, in our sacrifice, our parents, grandparents, those that were always here in the United States and those that immigrated here to the United States, much like every American outside of the Native Americans. And our commitment has been to ensure that when you go to the National Mall, that our stories are as present as every other story. the origins of the campaign started in 1994, if you can believe that, 26 years ago.
Wow.
A task force was created to find out why there were so few stories of Latinas and Latinos across the Smithsonian Institution. And they found that they were so they were so absent that it almost appeared intentional that those stories were omitted. And the report that was created from that investigation was titled Willful Neglect. And that's really the beginning of our campaign back in 1994 to correct the absence of stories across the Smithsonian.
Then you have gone a long way. I mean, our producer and myself, we were both so excited to read some big news over the holidays. Please tell our audience, because it's also exciting to us, what are the great strides that have been accomplished by your organization and Congress thus far?
Well, I'm glad you said the holidays, because fue tremendo regalo, as we say, right?
Yes.
It was something that we had been working on I have been working on for 16 years now. I don't want you to think I've been working on this since 1994. But for 16 years, I've been working on this. So I do have some grades, even though you can't see them. It has. And the thing what has kept us going is the energy and enthusiasm from both sides of Congress, the House and the Senate, and Democrats and Republicans working together to honor American history. And I want to be clear about that. This isn't just a campaign to make sure that Latino stories are told. This is a campaign to make sure that the full American story is told. Everyone that has been part of the building and strengthening of our nation must have a place on our national mall so that everyone can see the strength that comes from the diversity of our country. And that's really been what's been driving us all these years, especially as we see such division in the country, and sometimes, unfortunately, the negative stereotyping, the false narratives of who we are in the country. That has to be corrected, and we can do that by accurately portraying American history on our national mall. And 16 years after I began this campaign, we finally saw the authorization to create the American Latino Museum. That legislation passed in December in the House and in the Senate. And now we have fully authorized the creation. And as they say, now the real work begins, because now we have to actually open the doors of this.
Wow, what an incredible gift. When something positive happens to me, I always say it was just like Christmas, but this was literally Christmas. What a wonderful gift to receive over the holiday season. And I know we have a lot more to talk about, but we're going to take a little break, and you don't want to go anywhere because we have so much more information to share with you about the American Latino Museum. It is so interesting. You don't want to miss it. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
Shake your cares off, don't worry about